Okay, thoughts from an old man that thinks he's still young. Um, I don't think I'm old or a senior citizen. It bothers me. In fact, when I get my next haircut, I think I'm going to have my hair dyed blonde. Because the last time I did that, I did it myself, and I had it dyed blonde. And a few people didn't recognize me. I was working then, I had a counseling center, and they took double takes of me. He said, "Jim, is that you?" "Yeah." "That blonde hair you got there, that's taking 10 years off your age." Well, that's probably been about 2 years ago. I think I'll try it again. It's going to cost me approximately $80 to $90, not including the $20 haircut. As you probably noticed, I've had I was trying to look like Kris Kristofferson. Kris Kristofferson. I had my hair growing long, and I don't have the type of hair that works well that way. It would take me an hour to blow dry it, wet it, blow dry it, or wash it and blow dry it. Have to get the right shampoo, I'm sure. And I wasn't into all of that. There's another one I was trying to imitate too. His name's Bridges. What was his first name? He was in Charles Bukowski's video playing his part. What was his name? Last name was Lloyd. His father was had Sea Hunt. I must be getting old, or I could remember better than this. So anyhow, Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges. Now Jeff Bridges had similar style as Kris Kristofferson. I say that because I spent months letting my hair grow out and then had it cut about 2 weeks ago shorter. I put these hats on now so you can't see how it was compared to how it is now. I want to get it just right before I don't wear a hat again. I want it to look just right. Okay. I decided I'm not going to make it as a movie star or actor, so no use trying to look like movie stars. Okay, so what's on my mind today? Well, what's on my mind is I almost got up and deleted two videos I did last night. I said to myself, I think I had one beer too many, but anyhow, they both contained my my remarks about having a beer once in a while. Now that was 2 last night, and I thought if there's only 1 or 2 people that looked at each one, I was going to delete it. But then some sweet lady said, "I'm glad to see you back on again." Oh, how am I going to delete something like that? So I talked to her by typing. And then the second one, she did the same thing, but she wrote something different. And I responded likewise, and I said, "I got one friend." Well, at least one friend that watched them that responded. You gotta be careful. Let me tell you why I gotta be careful. Some of you's gonna hate this, some of you gonna love it, or sympathize, or be like me, and wish you weren't. Charles Kirk was shot with 1 bullet. And today I watched the program on TV, ceremony. I think there was 100,000 people in an auditorium and 60,000 in another building, and then it was broadcasted worldwide. Now, I did not know who Charles Kirk was until it hit the news, and someone shot him. He's only 31 years old. And for him to have this kind of recognition, and I just got finished listening to YouTube, I want you to listen. Do me a favor. Put in on YouTube his Charles Kirk's widow's speech today. And today it looks like it's September the 21st. And then after you get done listening to her, if you're still in a emotional state where you can watch another one, our vice president, I will listen to his on YouTube. And right before this video, I listened to a third one, speech by Donald Trump. And not only was it magnificent, but he asked the widow of Charles to come up. Kirk, K-I-R-K, I better write it down. I'm bad right now remembering names. I want to see what Charles wanted to know what Trump was going to say. Man, did he give the best speech he ever gave. And he asked the widow of Charles Kirk to come up. And she hugged him to death. is unbelievable because of his reputation in the past with women. But it wasn't him that hugged her. It was her hugging him and not letting him go. I think toward the very end he unlocked their hands and let her go off stage. So if you want to have a treat, watch Charles Kirk's Whittle's speech today. And what's her name? I didn't even write her name down. Eureka, I think, but I don't know how to spell it. But you'll find it if you just do what I mentioned. Look for his Whittle's speech today. And then Vance, the vice president. Can't think of the two initials he goes by. And after that one's and he's a polished speaker, I'll tell you that. And then Donald Trump actually matched the speech given by Charles Kirk's wife, or Whittle. If you watch these three things tonight, it's possible you'll feel like I do. Life-changing. Life-changing. Okay, having said that, I feel real bad about talking about beer the last two nights. Last night. I did 2 videos. This, it's unreal if you watch it. I don't think you will feel the same or look at the world the same. And I will say this, no one I knew had ever heard of Charles Kirk till he was shot at University of Utah while he was speaking to just probably thousands of students. That he had pushed aside any protection. No armored shirt, no glass, protective glass. He thought what God wanted to do, let him do it. What happened is, if you watch these 3 videos, you'll know what he's saying. Okay, now I've got my own problems too. I didn't sleep till 7:30 last night. You probably heard me talk about my fight with getting enough sleep. I still get up about, even if I don't sleep, which happened once this month, I'll get up at 11 or 12 noon. And I hate to say it, I ask myself, why? Why do I have to feel this? If I have to wake up, why do I have to wake up feeling this way? Feeling like I have no purpose. I have no energy. Now, listening to my other videos, some of you know I've had long COVID, which nobody talks about anymore. You say you have long COVID. That means, and I have COVID 3 times. That means I can't breathe well. It means I have no energy. I can't walk very far. I can't even walk down the street and back. And I say this not for sympathy, but if someone says they have an illness, don't just look down at the ground and pretend like they don't. Because I don't say I have long COVID anymore. Because what the typical thing is, they just silently look at the ground in disbelief because they don't believe it. It affects your appetite. You don't want to eat anymore. Or if you do, you want to drink your breakfast, which is Boost or Ensure. I get Atkins meal replacement because I can swallow it. A cup of coffee. And then my wife might say, you want to go out to eat? And yeah. Aren't you hungry for lunch? No. Well, we'll go out to eat at 4 or 5. I said, can we just share your lunch, your dinner? And we'll share it. Appetite shot. Now, dear Lord, please take weight off of me. I need to lose some pounds. How? It stays. I've got my own ideas that I might be eating too much bread, too much cheese when I do get hungry. Cheese, bread. I've already let it out. A beer. So I share this because I'm human like you, and also I feel bad because at 31, this Charles Kirk has done so much, and at my age, I feel I've done so little. Well, when I tell people I've done nothing, just lived, some people will say, but did you forget that you were a psychologist and a mental health therapist? I was a psychologist in Kentucky, mental health therapist over here, and marriage and family therapist. But see, I underestimate myself and said I think I may have helped a couple people, even though it's got to be more than that, because I a counseling center in Kentucky, and at the same time I had a counseling center here, and I would go back and forth, try to help people. You know what the hardest people to help are? Marriages. They wait too long. They wait too long. I only know one marriage I saved. But not all people come back and tell you if you've had an influence on their life. I've had a lot more people come back and tell me I helped them get off alcohol and drugs, meth, crack and cocaine. Not 1,000 or 100 or even 50, but I'm thankful. They may see me at the gas station and say, "Do you remember me?" "Yeah." You got me off drugs. Yeah. I hope they're telling the truth. I'd like to believe it. But some people will say something just to make you feel good. Now, I've got to decide what to do here with the rest of my life. And I will try to get through this. Charles Kirk, who I've been talking about, was shot and killed this week, or 11 days ago, established Turning Point, which was to turn people around that had no purpose in life. You'll see it if you look at the videos I mentioned. He every morning he'd wake up and quote Isaiah 6:8. Now, I'll quote this to you. I'm not trying to convert anyone here. God, here I am. Lord, send me. Now, he quoted that. His wife, I think, said, he even said that the day that he got shot. He also, I believe, around the same time said, "Thy will be done." And what's happened is, instead of him being silenced, there's been a huge revival worldwide with one person, 31 years old. And you already know this, Jesus was crucified at 33, so you don't have to live to be my age to make an impact. His wife's taking over, and you must go back and, well, put what I mentioned, Charles Kirk's widow's speech today. I don't think I've ever heard a more sincere speech. And having said that, I I would highly recommend listening to, and I know a lot of you don't care for our president. Listen to his speech because he said himself, he's not critical, judgmental. It's all about his relationship with Charles Kirk and what a great man he was. And if you could see at the end his widow wife just grab him and hug him, you won't be the same. Now, if any of y'all have watched my videos, you know when I start, I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about. And as I talk, I certainly don't know what the next word's going to be. But until I say them. You know, I don't ask for subscribers. I don't ask necessarily that you hate what I say or you like what I say. But I do read the comments. And if I do pick up a subscriber once in a while, it's no longer because I ask for subscribers. I do see one or two every once in a while. What shocked me was after getting no subscribers for a couple weeks, I don't know what I talked about, but I got 2 subscribers that day. Okay. Well, that's good because you know somebody liked what you said. Those who leave a kind message, I try to respond to. I get so few. In fact, right before I got on tonight, I responded to two people. Well, it was the same person, but they responded to both videos. Said I think the first one said, "I'm glad to see you back on again," because I thought about shutting this thing off several times. I mean, come on, this isn't professional. Nothing I do is professional. Nothing I do is any more than emotional. I would like to say it's educational, but I'm not even educational most of the time. I'm just sharing how I feel. Some of you feel the same way, maybe. So we're going to say goodnight. It's right now 10 after 12. So I guess I won't be getting to bed tonight at 12, will I? I want to thank you if you're still with me for visiting. Hope you'll come back. And hope you have a good week. And I ask God to shower you with blessings the rest of your life. Good night.